Today on Suncoast View, the intersection of Fruitville and 41 is getting bigger in the air. We'll talk about the latest rezoning proposal for one of our busiest corners.
Preserving that old Florida feeling is a big part of the Florida Maritime Museum. They're here to celebrate a big anniversary and to teach us an old Florida skill.
Let's get ready to clap your hands and raise the roof with the holiday gospel sounds of Truality. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Pam McCurdy and Will Luera. Great to have you both with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here again.
Great red holiday colors. Everybody's in the holiday spirit for sure. And Will, you've got a big improv musical show coming up.
We do. The next 2 Fridays, we have our improvised musical, When X Meets Y, Home for the Holidays is what it's called. So we're going to basically try to replay what it's like to go home for the holiday season, but as a musical. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And the music is being created as the show goes on.
That's right. In fact, we bring up an audience member at the beginning of the show to play 3 random keys on the piano. Those 3 keys create the overture, which end up inspiring all of the music for the show.
It's so amazing to watch. I mean, anybody that knows anything about writing music and chording and all that, these guys do it on the fly.
Yes, exactly.
Which is truly unbelievable to me. So what a talent.
I'll say this right now. Tonight especially will be a treat because one of our cast members had to call out sick. So I had to get pulled in.
You get to step in.
I get to step in.
And you don't usually do the musical stuff.
I usually don't do the musical stuff.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes, so a little extra humor for everybody.
That's as if Les called in sick and I have to MC.
No lines to memorize. It's all.
It's all seat of your pants.
Oh my gosh.
But you have to memorize Les's lines, huh?
I've got them down.
Oh, really?
Just like you're doing signature.
That's right. I've got that down and a
It does make
stamp.
me feel better, though, because this is a tough time of year in so many workplaces with people having vacation time and everybody's a little short-staffed with the holidays, and then somebody gets sick. You know, it happens on stage, comedy, improv, daytime TV, you name it. We're all battling the same battle. So
Improv.
that's right. We're all going to make it work together. So we feel your pain, people out
You'll
there.
feel very comfortable here today.
Thank you. Yeah,
we fly by the seat of our pants constantly.
all the time.
Who's your pianist that's working with your show?
His name is Sergey. He's a teacher over at Southside Elementary, an amazing piano player. But we also have Jim Prosser, who rotates in as well, who has sometimes been here. And Michelle Neal is one of our other pianists.
Okay.
How fun.
Very lucky.
That's
Very
such a
fun.
talent.
December 15th and 22nd. That is Improv Musical Theater. You will not want to miss it. By the way, today, despite the fact that we look fairly put together, is actually National Ugly Sweater Day.
Oh.
Now, we did not make a big deal of it today because we celebrated with Goodwill earlier in the season. I sadly missed this day, but you guys have it covered. Those are pretty ugly, but I do love the fact, yes, Joey's very sparkly. I love the fact that these days it has become just a thing because I'm sure all of us remember, I don't know, back in the early 90s, I owned ugly sweaters proudly. It wasn't a thing that we just did to proclaim it ugly.
I wear mine all the time thinking it was cute.
Me too.
And now I find out I win the ugly sweater contest with it.
It's like when your kids were young, Pam, our daughters aren't that far apart in age. It's like you would go to the preschool celebration and it's whoever had the ugliest sweater was the coolest mom.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we had no idea that was a thing.
We had lights going on,
Absolutely.
shimmering. You're like,
I am a cool mom.
That's what I was going to wear to my granddaughter's play tonight.
Wear it.
You're ruining it.
No, do it.
Wear it.
Go big, because when they turn into teenagers, she'll tell you not to come in
At
that thing.
4, she won't care.
She'll think you're cool.
Very
So
cool.
wear those sweaters proudly today. It is now officially a thing. All right, we have a friend in the kitchen that we're happy to see back. Welcome back to Chef Michael from Oak and Stone. What are we making today?
Today we will be preparing tuna poke over sesame kale.
Oh, sounds good.
Yes, we have some healthy options now at Oak and Stone. It has been healthy, but it's even healthier now.
Because we have to contradict the beer with the healthy, right?
Correct.
Okay, just don't take that out, please.
No, never.
Different kind of protein.
Absolutely. I even brought a little bit.
Hey, I see that. All right. It's always happy hour somewhere. We look forward to joining you in the kitchen. Well, of course, it is the season to do nice things for other people, and Cutting Loose is certainly doing that with this week's Makeover Madness. Let me introduce you to Francesca.
I'm excited to be here because I am a single mom with 2 kids, and I never have a chance to get made up or do my hair or do my makeup. I usually just get up in the morning and get my kids ready and go. So this is going to be a really fun Christmas treat for me.
Which we are happy about. And there's some things
see it.
Francesca didn't tell you. She is also a veteran who has served 2 tours in Iraq, and she is currently in college pursuing a degree in nursing while she raises her boys on her own, one of whom has special needs. So she's got a lot on her plate.
Oh, yeah.
Today is about her. So we are excited to be celebrating her with her, and we will check in with her throughout the show and then see the end result of her makeover coming up.
I can't wait.
Great. Yeah, it's nice to see her do something for herself. It is time for our first hot topic. And speaking of doing something, there's a lot of something going on at the corner of Fruitville and 41. It's already a hot spot for traffic trouble, and it's just beginning. So a developer is now asking the city to approve a zoning change to allow an approved 5-story condo building become a 10-story building. It's a savvy move because the city is asking the developer for some more land in order to build the roundabout there. But with another 18-story building already on that corner on the way, the residential density at Fruitville and 41 would be 50 units per acre. Not people, units. Are we okay with more high-rises on that stretch of 41?
No, we have a beautiful, beautiful thing, and they're ruining it. There are lots of other places you could put that or make it lower, but that's ridiculous.
Here's my deal with all the people, and I know this is an issue with the View and the Ritz condos, all the people that had already been there and had some type of view of green space, of bay. That is all getting blocked.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Back toward the city.
Right.
Most of them are hoping to see out toward the bay. But it's just going to be, you know, they kept saying we're not going to be like Fort Lauderdale, we're not going to be a canyon. And that's exactly what they're trying to get into.
The landscape just doesn't make sense right now in how it's looking, and everybody's so different. It just doesn't complement each other either. And as you said, the traffic is going to be crazy.
I can't imagine.
It is. I've heard the police chief say that all these roundabouts are not going to help. They're going to be a danger thing.
Yeah,
in the
she's worried
community.
about response time, I know,
Yes,
when things happen.
getting to an accident quickly enough. And then we just add more people and more condos.
Yeah, I mean, definitely something to consider. If you're going to put it up 5 stories, fine, that's approved, it's been through, but now doubling that, it'll be interesting.
On the other side, as a small business owner, I love the fact that we're getting all these people that can just walk to come see, you know, Florida Studio Theater, McCurdy's Comedy Theater, and they don't have to be in their cars.
Well, and that's
another
the key.
option.
That's the key. I'm okay with the people being downtown because I love every bit of downtown. I'd love to see it vibrant and thriving year-round, but those people need to walk.
Yes, absolutely.
Somehow we need to make this
it could be
pedestrian
back
friendly.
further. They don't all have to be right there because
I
people
agree.
are coming to see that beautiful bay location, and we're covering it up with buildings, so they won't be able to see it.
Honestly, I don't know if I'd want to live right on 41. I like a little more peace than that in my life, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, let's look at it from the positives for the FSTs, for the McCurdy's. You know, those are just more people who need entertainment right there in their backyard.
And not bringing the cars out.
The people from the Ritz can't get over to your place because they can't get across 41.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, who let that happen? You know, I mean, they should be responsible for providing
the back and forth.
Yes, exactly.
So, well, we still have a lot to work on, but it is definitely being debated. Well, with all the sexual harassment claims these days, everything is coming under scrutiny. And apparently, holiday songs are not going to miss out either. So you're familiar with the 1940s classic Christmas song, Baby, It's Cold Outside. Well, USA Today in an op-ed says this is the year to retire the song. This has come up before, but it is actually described as rapey, not my word. The woman sings numerous reasons why she has to go. He persuades her to stay over and over and over. He simply does not take no for an answer. Well, the new generation says even if it isn't sinister, it's exhausting.
Okay, honey, all you have to do is say, I'm out of here, I'm gone. What is the problem?
Because she secretly wants to be there.
She
That's what I think.
absolutely wants to be
She's
there.
playing the game.
All she has to
wants-
do is walk out that door.
She wants to be pursued.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
absolutely.
This is not a rape situation.
Yes.
This is a flirty, I like you, you like me sort of thing.
I think if anything, it might be time to maybe revisit I think the song is, I love the song. It's something about the holiday season. Again, the pursuit.
Right,
something
the
romantic, the flirtiness. But yeah, I could see where people can describe it or see it as rapey. I don't know, maybe it's time to revisit the lyrics, maybe it's time to redo the song, update it a little bit. I don't know.
Let's bring it to the studio and see how we can improv the lyrics.
Well, and the funniest thing about the lyrics, when you listen to them specifically, she's afraid of what her mother will think, she's afraid what the neighbors will say. She doesn't ever say no.
Right.
It isn't that she doesn't want to be there. She's like, well, my mother will think less of me. Well, I mean, that's kind of that old-fashioned mentality of what will people say.
Exactly.
However, deep down, we know what you want to be doing.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Right. She is not saying no. So
I agree.
that's
She never
not the
says
same
no.
situation. We're getting our situations mixed up.
I totally agree.
And I literally think we have much bigger things to be concerned about.
Absolutely agree.
But it is kind of funny when you
Yeah.
look back at all of the lyrics and call her out.
We're getting more and more conservative every day.
It is interesting. It is very interesting. Well, speaking of conservative and certainly introspective, we have an app for everything, and that includes when we need to ponder things. The Dalai Lama has now launched an app. The Tibetan spiritual leader already has a Twitter account with 11 million followers. It's not that he isn't high tech. Well, now he has an app to access his videos, his news, and his photos to spread his preachings of nonviolence and tolerance. He is not the first religious leader to be high tech. The Pope has an app, and my favorite, a confession app for users to keep track of their sins.
Oh, I like that.
Excuse me, Father, I have sinned. I shall plug it into my phone. I mean,
I can't even go there.
And you wouldn't have to have anybody really looking at you or anybody knowing this.
Do you get it out when you go into confession? I'm not Catholic, so I'm not real good at the
Well, you
concept.
probably don't go to
Catholic either.
confession because you've already confessed online.
To your phone. Oh,
Yeah.
so if you tell Apple, you don't actually have to
Yes.
go. That would be
Documented.
cool.
Documented.
As a Catholic, like the one thing that I'm afraid of is that I remember when I was younger, I used to be like, okay, if I do this bad thing, it's okay.
If you tell.
Because I'm going to go to confession.
Right.
But now it'll be so easy because it'll be like, okay, now let me just check in on my app. It'll be fine.
Yep, said a bad word. Check.
Exactly.
Well, for those who are interested, the Dalai Lama is now available on at your
I
iTunes
like that
store.
guy.
You
That
know
would be
what?
interesting.
That one doesn't bother me so much. If you'd like to follow his readings and teachings, now it's easier to do so. I mean,
Amazing.
we follow the Sarasota Herald Tribune, right? I mean, it's like
I
you
don't think
follow.
it's the same.
You follow what you follow.
They're
You
not
know.
our religious leader.
Good point. So how do your eating habits match up with the rest of America? I know it's a terrible time of year to ask this question, but still, we have some interesting stats here. Uber Eats brings us food, and now they're bringing results from their How America Eats survey. So America is getting pickier. Half of millennials admit to being picky eaters compared to only a third of baby boomers. So as a result, half of families say they cook multiple meals at once to accommodate preferences, and I am so guilty of that. Couples are twice as likely to order in delivery rather than singles. That makes sense. Singles probably want to be more social. And when we eat at home, TV is the biggest overeating trigger. That is when we binge. Do you associate with these?
I think these are true research answers. Somebody did look into these. And I think the reason millennials expect to be served what they want is we did it.
Absolutely.
We said,
Yeah. I am
okay,
so
you don't want
guilty.
that, well, what can
Guilty.
I fix you? What can I fix you? My mother put it on the table, you eat it or you wait till tomorrow.
And here's the deal, and I'm sure, Pam, you feel like this too as a working mom. I didn't do it to spoil my kid.
No.
I did it to save myself.
Amen.
I do not have the energy to have this battle with you over the frigging pasta. So as a result, here's with sauce, here's with cheese, here's without sauce. Somebody eat something and let's move on. But now I have 17-year-olds that only eat 3 foods. I mean, it was a bad call as a parent.
Mac and cheese.
Yes.
But pizza.
Yes.
Burgers.
And chicken. We do add chicken
chicken.
strips,
Yeah,
but only
chicken.
fried and only
Right,
certain
chicken
brands.
That's so easy. You
And
have to
only
serve
once a
those
week.
3.
Only once a week.
And must have ranch dressing in the house. and
Mom, we've
barbecue
already
sauce.
had that this week. I'm
Yeah.
like, seriously, you can go to college. Good luck with yourself. I know we did it. We definitely did it. But
Yeah.
it's nice to know I have company.
Yeah, it started with my generation because my parents did not do that.
And my parents did not do that either.
Mine didn't either.
Well, I'm guessing your girls eat what's presented because I know that you're an adventurous
You're
eater.
a strict
Right.
parent.
Well, I know
no.
he's a good eater. You're an
Yeah.
adventurous eater.
Exactly, and we also, because we travel a lot, when we
Right.
travel, we make them eat what's there. So when we
local.
went to France, we're like, you're eating what they're giving us. And
Right.
so now
They
they have
learn.
a much more open palate. They respect what's presented to them, although they do have their mac and cheese phases and their
Right.
pizza phases, but they do have an adventurous palate.
Which I think is
They
great.
put lobster with their mac and cheese, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I do have to serve them tableside and all that, but yes.
Listen, you take me to France, I'll eat what's put in front of me too.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you got to know when to give up the fight, and that would do it for me. So Mario and Luigi are coming to a mall near you. If you have a Super Mario fan in your house, you are going to want to head to the mall as well because Build-A-Bear Workshop has introduced a series of Super Mario themed plush in a new Nintendo partnership. You can customize your Mario Bear, you can add Yoshi, you can add Bowser. I will admit I'm not a huge Super Mario fan, but those who are rabid. And I think this is going to be an amazingly big deal. Pretty cool.
I don't understand this.
I'm looking at Linda going, I know.
Well, okay,
Yoshi
so
and
here,
what?
you remember Donkey Kong, right? Back from the
yeah,
80s?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that is what this is the offshoot of.
Yes.
Super Mario was the guy that ran around.
Yep.
Boing, yeah, so
Boing.
now
That's
it's
him.
exactly. You just got to put it in terms
You
everybody
want to-
understands.
You want to make him like a bear.
Well, because everything needs to be cuddleable. That's another new thing, I think. Build-A-Bears. Your grandchildren don't do Build-A-Bear, huh?
Oh, they're way past that. That's for little children.
You think, huh?
My granddaughter
Mine did
does
it.
Pokemon, and I know nothing about Pokemon. So this has been a big challenge for me.
See
I
what we
wonder if you
learned?
could build a Pokemon bear.
That's why kids keep us young, and I bet they have one, that's for sure. All right, we're going to check in with our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we're going to take a step back in time with an old Florida tradition that we can still use today.
Thanks, Stephanie. We got a warm weekend coming up across the Suncoast. Temperature is going to warm up to about 80 degrees before the weekend is over with. Part of a major weather shift. You can see that subtropical jet blowing from the Pacific off Mexico over the southeastern United States, keeping all that cool air up to the north of us, and it'll stay that way. If anything, it'll get warmer as we move into the week before Christmas. Radar site in Tampa is down for maintenance or repairing the dome on it, and if it were on, I don't think we'd see much other than a couple of sprinkles out there that could possibly come in. And here's our future radar through the night showing nothing other than a few clouds from time to time, and temperatures gradually cooling off. I think that high cloud is overblown. Here's your overnight planner from 5 until 3 in the morning, cooling off through the 60s. The 50s by the early morning hours are low around 55. Coming up on ABC 7 News at 5, 6, and 7, I'll have the forecast, even an outlook for Christmas week. I think it's going to be warm, and most of you will like the weather.
The Florida Maritime Museum in Bradenton is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this month. A big part of the museum is the Folk School, which teaches the skills and the heritage of old Florida and the Cortez Fishing Village. Instructor Jillian Ross is here today to talk to us about food preservation. Now, you call yourself the Ferment Lady, Jillian?
I am known as the Ferment Lady. It is kind of a funny, it's a funny term, but I have been fermenting for about 10 years now, just to help my health. And I go around teaching classes to people to teach them how to preserve food.
Can you teach us how to ferment?
I sure can. We're going to make sauerkraut today.
Okay,
So,
what should we
pretty
do
simple.
first?
So you start with cabbage, and you're going to start chopping some cabbage. You want to get a nice fine shred on it. Makes it easier to break it down. While you're doing that process, we'll put
your bowl.
We'll put it into a bowl.
Okay.
And then we're going to pass it on down here. And basically what we're doing is we're just shredding the cabbage, and we're going to add salt to it.
Why is this important? Why do you need to ferment
You said
food?
you've been doing it for 10 years. What part of this is important to you?
It is the eldest method of preservation that we know. It is a live, raw food, and it is full of good bacteria. So the reason why we need to do this is to help protect our bodies and give it that good boost of immunity that we need to keep ourselves healthy.
How is it different from pickling?
We don't use vinegar in this process, and we also don't heat any of these things up when we put them in our containers to preserve. Lactic acid is created during this process, and that is what is responsible for eating the sugar.
Bill's making a mess. So we're creating a chemical reaction here. We've got the cabbage, and then send that over to Pam and tell us what we are doing in this bowl.
So what's going to happen now is, now that we have chopped cabbage, we're going to add salt to it, and that is naturally going to help break down the cell walls of the vegetable here, and it's going to bring out the bacteria to start consuming the consumable sugars. And what's going to happen is we are going to put it in a vessel. Today I have this crock, and this is a very old type of
that's really neat.
vessel that is really good for fermenting sauerkraut specifically. So we're going to put it in there. It's nice and dark. And what's going to happen is carbon dioxide is going to be made.
I want to show you before we
bacteria and yeast.
get it in there. Look at the water that's coming out of this.
So
This is a scientific reaction.
Yes, this is a metabolic reaction, and so what happens is like we're creating a brine right now. The liquid is coming out because of the salt. The salt penetrates in, breaks down the walls, and we create our own natural liquid.
So then
Now you said it's healthy.
Juice.
Just
you said
right in
you
here?
started to do this for your health.
Yep, just keep massaging it, and then what you want to do is, as soon as you start
It'd be better in the bowl.
This is a mess.
as soon as you start breaking it down, it's going to go limp, and you're going to have a lot of juice. And when you have a lot of that liquid present, then you are ready to transfer it to your vessel.
Okay.
You will pack it down in there. You want all the air bubbles and air pockets to kind of release themselves. And then we're going to submerge it underneath the brine that's created from this salt breaking it down. And then we'll put these stones on top there, and that'll help keep everything weighted underneath the brine, and that will keep it safe from any kind of mold or bad bacteria that could get in there.
So you actually saw a difference in your health when you started eating like this?
I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease in my later 20s, and I needed to do an overhaul on my own health and the way I was eating and living, and fermentation became one of those staples for me to be able to heal myself.
That's really interesting, because when you think back to the old Florida, wrapping it into Florida Maritime Museum, obviously they didn't have all those bad chemicals to preserve foods that we use now.
Yeah.
So that this was the only way they could solve food.
And they figured that out because they didn't have the scientific knowledge, really, to go back to all of the tests and so forth. But that's amazing that they were so smart.
Well, we have salt, you know, we live here, and we can create our own salt by the salt water, and so that's people
great.
sort of
Now, how
finding out
long will
it
this
can
sit before it's truly fermented?
So you want to leave it for, I mean, I personally leave it for about 30 days. I want it to sit in a dark place, and it takes about 30 days for the process to really peak, and it's full of probiotics there. But you can leave it indefinitely, and once it already has reached the 30-day mark, it is indefinitely preserved, and you don't necessarily have to put it in the refrigerator.
Well, and I was going to ask, you leave it out?
You can leave it out
in your kitchen on the counter?
You know, in northern states, they dig holes in their backyard and go out there and bury it in there.
amazing.
We can't quite do that here in Florida.
This was sauerkraut. Give us a couple of quick other things you pickle.
I do different vegetables and stuff, and if you like, I can show you really quick.
Well, we're running out of time.
right now,
if you
but
open
you
it
can
up,
have
it's real
beans.
champagne-y, but you can grab one if you like and try it.
Okay, we
It's
will. We're
alive.
going to taste
You
it
can
while we
see-
tell people how to find this information. You can go to the fermentation class and take all kinds of classes at the Florida Maritime Museum. Just go to the Florida Folk School website. It's so much fun, and it'll make you healthy, she says. Next, Hollywood news, plus, of course, the buzz around the new Star Wars.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes. Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
It's time to take a road trip.
Huntsville is a must-see destination. Is this your stop?
Roger.
Marvel at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Wow. Step into the past at Alabama Constitution Village. All aboard! The golf is stellar, and even the food is out of this world in the Rocket City. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
We have our makeover madness today. Can't wait to introduce you to Francesca. She's taking a little time for herself, and I bet she's going to look beautiful. The girls from Cutting Loose working with her now. We'll meet her in just a few minutes. Well, the big weekend is finally here. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is now open all around the country. People were out for the previews, of course, on Thursday night. Well, the force is sure to be strong, but how strong? Good buzz from fans and critics, though not great buzz. It has a 93% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, that's good.
That's not too bad.
Good.
Stars from the original trilogy. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, and of course, posthumously, Carrie Fisher as Sweet Princess Leia are making another appearance in this installment. Analysts expect Episode 8 to bring in $200 million, which would be the top debut of the year this weekend, but it would be well below the $248 million debut when Force Awakens opened 2 years ago. Now, our producer, Matt Lydell, is an avid Star Wars fan. He's actually off today because he went last night, and I must have made a whole night of it. So he was there at the big opening night with another good crowd I saw as well, but he kind of gives it a mixed review. There's Matt, Cinebistro going in high style for the opening. You go, Matt.
Smiling very much.
He actually is going to post a review that you will be able to read, and when we looked at the review and talked to him about it, he just kind of said it was okay.
Really?
Which shocked me because he couldn't have been more excited to see it. So he'll go ahead and explain on that review why he wasn't totally in love with it. But Will, you're a big Star Wars fan.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. So I know some others that have seen the movie already, and same as Matt.
Really?
This mixed review, and I'm wondering. I mean, there's been so much hype about this one from the reviewers earlier in the week. So I'm wondering if that's part of it. We have such a high expectation of what this movie is and can be. Personally, I'm really excited. I'm fully invested in the universe that is Star Wars. Ever since I was a kid, watching episode 4, 5, 6. Super excited at the turn of the century when 1, 2, and 3 came out. I can't wait. I think it's great. It's going to be a nice ending, or we're moving to the ending of this storyline. We're moving to 9 episodes of the Skywalker legacy before Disney turns it into something else. So I'm pretty.
Go out and see it then.
It is so interesting because in my mind you're either all in or you have no idea. And Will is all in, and the three of us admit we don't really have any idea. And that's okay.
So
hey, if you want to read Matt's review, it is on suncoastview.com. It's always fun to have the insider look at those big weekend shows. Coming up next, we are going to take a look at subscription boxes for you last-minute gift givers. This is a great idea.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Datoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Florida Studio Theater presents Mac the Knife, celebrating the spirited and immense talent of one of the greatest performers of the 20th century, featuring some of Bobby Darin's biggest hits such as Splish Splash, Beyond the Sea, Dream Lover, and of course, Mac the Knife. Critics say Mac the Knife is energetic, performed with great spirit, full of impressive arrangements. Audiences are calling it outstanding in every way. Mac the Knife is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Mike from Oak and Stone. And Mike, you mentioned a few new menu items, but then you said it's more than just a few.
Yes, so we had a rather substantial menu change over the last 2 weeks. We have more selections and more options in those selections. So a few different tacos, many more burgers, a few more pizza items, and then we also have our bowls that we're doing where you pick your own base. We have sesame kale, we have a 5-grain quinoa blend, and then over top of those you could pick tuna poke, buffalo chicken with a seared chicken breast, or the vegetarian option.
All right, all to keep you on your toes for the holidays, I
Yes.
bet. All right, we'll join you for the poke in just a little bit. Well, the clock is ticking to finish the holiday shopping, especially if you need to send something to friends and family far away. So we have a great gift idea that is easy to purchase and it keeps on giving throughout the year. A subscription box. And guest host Will Aware is a bit of an expert on these. Okay, let me rephrase that. He's a bit of addict as well. But that's okay. We appreciate this. So you're the perfect person to ask on your favorites because we get ads for them all the time, but I'm always hesitant to commit. So you've picked some that you have experience with and you like.
Yes. One that I've just subscribed to, I just got my first bottle. This is Caskers. So if you have a drinker in the family, a friend, that you'd like to give them a gift, you could subscribe them to Caskers. And the first bottle I got was this American Oak Single Malt. Ooh. I'm really excited to start drinking it. Not the whole thing, of course, in moderation, but I want to give it a try. But I've also I just subscribed to it for my dad. So he'll be getting his first right around Christmas.
Is it a different variety? Do you choose whether you want whiskey or vodka or rum?
You get a different one.
You get a different one, right? You give them your taste profile, just like many of the food ones. You tell them what you like. and then they'll send you something in that category.
Okay.
And I want to just become a little bit more knowledgeable about it. So
Right.
which is why I joined it. Exactly.
Yes. All right.
And
Sounds good.
Same thing with something like Blue Apron.
Okay, let's talk food.
Blue Apron. Yep. And I'm actually a part of 4 different food ones that I kind of vary it. And I did it for myself to learn how to cook. Just because I was just a microwave guy, an ordering guy. I would go out to eat all the time. I still do it, but I wanted to be able to depend on myself as well. And also
Your wife must love you.
I wanted to be able to cook for my family, and this is how I learned.
Okay.
And I was talking about this earlier during the break, that you can now adjust the difficulty level. So as you become more and more comfortable, you can now tell them, well, I want to cook a more advanced meal.
Are you going to do that?
I am. Yes, I am. I'll be cooking all the holiday meals. I've now come to enjoy it. It's not a chore. It's something that I look forward to.
And you like to try harder and harder.
Exactly.
All right, so Blue Apron is his food pick. Now, we're big wine drinkers here. Do you have a favorite wine club?
Laithwaite Wines is still my favorite club. It's the one I've been involved with the longest. One thing I like about them is not only do they respond to your taste profile, but they also send you special holiday boxes. I brought here a bottle of Prosecco that they sent because it was a part of the holiday box. They want you to be ready for the new year.
That's
so
good.
they send you some champagne, but they also sent me with this bottle of champagne. I got about 12 other bottles of wine that were all, again, very thoughtfully curated for holiday parties, and if you have people over for the new year or Christmas, etc.
Oh, that's nice.
And now I have a few others.
Little Passports.
Little
is another
Passports
one.
is a new one that I just started.
What is that?
So this is as you know, I travel a lot with my family, and my kids have become really, really curious about the world around them. Little Passports is a way for them to learn about countries, maybe some that we've been to or ones that we're planning on going to in the future. They'll send you a box with facts, with toys, and with postcards from different countries. And so it's going to be like a little gift for them to open up every
Well, that's
month.
fun. They're just going to want to travel more. You know that's coming.
I know, I know.
And they will know about countries they visit.
Yeah, exactly,
Right,
before they
which
go.
is great. All right, and you have something for the pets.
Now, you told me that you are also a member of this.
This is one of my favorites.
I just joined BarkBox.
Oh, look at
and so I think it's going to help in the same way that the food and clothing and wine subscriptions have helped me. Figure out what my dogs really respond to, find out what they really like, but also give them a special treat every month. I find myself going to the pet store often and trying to figure out what should I get them.
Right.
Now this is going to help me.
And mine know when the box comes, it's for
Oh,
them.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they dig
great.
in and start fighting. It's
That's
very, very
great.
funny.
That's
Okay,
great.
another one that we like is clothes showing up at our
Yes.
doorstep every month. I can see Linda liking this. Tell us about Stitch Fix.
No, I brought in a collection here from Stitch Fix, from Bombfell. Now the collection that I brought in is what you can do is you could tell them to send you seasonal clothing, or a lot of them do them automatically. And so you could see over the last few weeks, I've started to receive clothing specific for the fall and winter. And because they know I live in Florida, they won't make it like Northeast or Midwest.
smart. Yeah,
So they send
lightweight
me
winter.
lightweight winter, exactly. And so I really love it. It's a great subscription.
And then you mentioned Bombfell. What is Bombfell?
Bombfell is another clothing subscription box.
Okay.
To
I'm
go
not
with
familiar
Stitch
with that
Fix,
one.
to go with 5-4 as well.
All right, well, we found some food to snack on down here.
I could see you've already started.
Graze, I'm very good at grazing.
So grazing,
would be too.
like Nature Box, which is another subscription box I subscribe to, it's all about snacking, right? And so I love it because Graze sends you these perfect little containers. I mean, perfectly sized little containers with a bunch of different varieties and
like
flavors.
these. We do.
When you're at your desk, when you're hungry, I keep a few of them with me in my backpack, and I just pull one out, and it just gets me through. And they're all so different. And this one, I believe the one that
Yummy.
we're snacking
Korean
on.
barbecue crunch.
Korean barbecue crunch. It's great.
All right, and here's another food set here. Try the world. That's creative.
In my opinion, this is like the counterpart of Little Passports, the adult counterpart. In other words, they send you snacks and foods from around the world. The last one I got was from Turkey, so you could see some sweets and some rose water from Turkey.
Great idea.
And they send you recipe cards so that you could try to put something together yourself.
Will, I want to come live in your house.
Oh, please,
you have a lot
anytime.
of
You guys
really
are all
cool
welcome.
stuff. All right, so we will have the links to all of these subscription boxes on our holiday gift guide webpage. Again, last minute gifting, great idea. You can order online and have it sent anywhere in the country for the gift that keeps on giving. And by the way, you can find all the products we've talked about this month, and there's some great ones at suncoastview.com/gift guide. All right, coming up next, we're going to take it up a notch. Get ready to put your hands together for some holiday gospel.
Oh, yeah.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Fact.
The top 3 Marriott hotels in North and South America are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, according to a recent survey of 363 Marriott hotels. The Marriott at Grand National, the Marriott Shoals Hotel, and the Grand Hotel. And 2 of the top 3 Renaissance hotels are also on the trail, Ross Bridge in Birmingham and the Battle House in Mobile. Southern hospitality still rules. For reservations or information, visit rtjgolf.com/resorts.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. Sarasota County moving closer to creating a special district for the Pinecraft community. We'll take a look at what makes that area so unique. And a Confederate statue's relocation fail is now back in the spotlight. Why officials say the damage will cost the county a very pretty penny. Let's get a check on the weather now with meteorologist Steve Newman. Steve?
Hey Scott, this is a game changer. The subtropical jet began blowing in our direction early yesterday, and it's ushering in a whole different weather pattern that will keep us mild not only through the weekend, but through next week and probably even through Christmas Day. There's a weak front passing by. You can't even see it right now. And overnight, we're not going to see any more showers because the radar is showing very little. Here are low temperatures forecast for the night, pretty much in the 50s. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll tell you the complete weekend forecast and Christmas too.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
Nothing brings out the holiday spirit like some rousing gospel music. Get ready to put your hands together for Chantel Norman and Truality in today's Sounds of the Suncoast.
Did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? The child that you deliver will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will rise again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know?
You can see Truality at the Blue Rooster Sunday Gospel Brunch. For reservations, go to the Blue Rooster website. Next, it's our makeover reveal. But first, let's hear from Trurality one more time.
Said the King to the people everywhere. Listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. The child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. The child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Welcome back. It is time for our makeover reveal. This is Francesca when she came to Cutting Loose earlier today, and this is a holiday treat for her. She's a busy single mom to 2 boys. She's also a veteran, and she is in nursing school, so she needs a little TLC. So Francesca, come on out, and let's take a look at your new look. And we are so excited for you to get to see it and enjoy. Take a look straight ahead of you. What do you think?
I love it.
You look like a movie star.
You do. Your hair's so wavy and shiny and gorgeous. I absolutely
love it. It's
love
really
it.
classy.
Oh,
Very.
what highlights, what beautiful highlights.
And I hope you enjoyed the process as well. So let's find out more about it. Cheyenne from Cutting Loose, the one working the magic today. Tell us about Francesca.
Well, Francesca's hair, actually this is her natural color. We didn't have to do any color.
Oh, you're so lucky.
It's like unicorn hair, like no gray. We call it sparkles in the salon. She didn't have any sparkles. So what we did was actually smooth out her hair because, you know, as you know, seeing in that first picture, it was super curly. So it was like that blow dry was a real treat for her, not something that she's used to. And she did tell me that her dream hair was this 40s wave, like the Jessica Rabbit look.
Oh,
so
I love it.
That's what we gave her for the day. And actually it will last her a few days if she does anything special for the holidays.
Good. And now, is that something that those of us who have the curly hair and are always fighting the frizz that we can do with certain products from Cutting Loose?
Yes, we do have products that will help with taming down the curly hair, but it is, you do need a helper. You need a buddy.
You
like
need a blowout.
You sure do. You need a blowout.
Sometimes you just need a blowout.
And that is okay, and that is why we gave Francesca this holiday treat. And tell us a little bit about her makeup, because she looks just naturally stunning.
Her skin is perfect, so V just enhanced her, her skin and her lips, and really just did that little smoky eye, and it brought out her eyes. I love it.
Oh, well, Francesca, I'm so glad that you took the time to do something for yourself. Thank you for your service to our country. I know you're an Iraqi war veteran.
Thank you so much.
So we appreciate that, and keep on keeping on with those boys.
Oh, yes.
We know what it's like to raise kids here. We're all with you. It's hard work in those trenches as well. So you look absolutely gorgeous. Happy holidays to you. A big thanks to Cutting Loose, of course, for always pitching in to help with the makeover. Cheyenne is always doing a wonderful job. And a big thanks to Cutting Loose for helping us look good each and every day. So enjoy, all of you. Happy holidays. Coming up next, we're going to kick off the holiday weekend with Oak and Stone in the kitchen.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. A stone crab shortage is causing some concern over the livelihood of local fisheries. We'll take a look at how the strain is hurting local business. In First Alert traffic right now, some delays as you head north on I-75. It starts just before the Clark Road exit in Sarasota and runs all the way north past State Road 64. Slow going this evening. Let's get another check on the weather now with Steve.
Yeah, Charlie. Scott, we're going to have a lot of more traffic on the road in the next couple of weeks with all the holiday people coming down from the north, escaping the cold and enjoying the warmth that is now spreading over Florida at this hour. Temperatures are going to continue to warm day by day as we move through the weekend, and it looks like we're not going to have any rain for quite a while, too. That could be a problem, but I think you'll like the temperatures as we move into the early part of next week and all the way to Christmas as well. The complete forecast coming up.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Minnesota Flooring and the Boys and Girls Club came together with the community to open a creative space for kids. Thank you to everyone in our community dedicated to helping our children brighten their future.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Mike from Oakenstone. So, Chef, what are we making?
All right, so we're creating a sesame kale, a light saute with a tuna poke.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Sounds good.
So we have a couple components that we're going to make.
All right.
The first one is the slaw. So we're going to take half of this.
All right, I'm going to slide this over. Can we do it right in front of you here?
Absolutely.
Put Will to work. He just proclaimed he knows how to cook now. Yeah.
Well, you were the one making slaw up there.
Not successfully.
So we have our 7 blend. It's golden beets, kale, cabbage, broccoli. Also got Brussels sprouts in there and carrots.
All the healthy stuff.
So what we're going to do is we're going to create the slaw, the wet mix. It's going to be 2 cups of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of mirin, a 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar, and then over here we have ginger and garlic. That's going to go in. If you want to take the sriracha and squeeze about a tablespoon in there.
All right.
There you go. And then about the tablespoon as well of the sesame oil.
Love it.
So we're going to say that this gets blended. You blend it with like a stick blender.
Immersion blender.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
And what you're going to end up with is this.
Okay.
This needs to be poured onto our slaw. And then you can go ahead and mix that up with the spoon or the chopsticks if you're comfortable.
Get it mixing.
There we go. It's all good.
Mix it up real good.
There we go.
And then over here,
smells
we're
good.
going to create the poke.
Okay, so I put this in here.
That's our diced tuna.
Diced tuna in the bowl.
Poke means to section. It's Hawaiian for to section.
It means perfection.
To section. But yes, perfection.
But it is perfection.
That as well. So we have some
for perfection.
We have some diced tomato and some diced cucumber. We're going to throw in just a little bit of truffle oil and then our inamona jus. That's our wet mix.
Yeah.
It's soy sauce, sesame oil, and kukui nuts. So we're going to hit that with like a little bit of salt and pepper. If you want to go ahead and mix that up with a spoon, we have some cilantro mix, which is cilantro, poblano, and scallion.
Yeah.
So since we have all of those components, now we're going to make our sesame kale.
And what is this little component?
That is the soy pearls that we're going to put on top.
Oh, okay.
So
a lot of funky things going on.
Yeah, so
I'm going to ask that.
So for this, it's soy that's mixed with calcium chloride and put in an alginate solution. And what that is it creates a skin on the outside that forms little spheres. So they're like little caviars.
Got a lot of chemistry on this show.
Yeah.
We're fermenting, we're sphering, we got all sorts of things.
So we have a
going
hot
on.
saute pan, sesame oil, some fresh kale that we've pre-marinated with some lemon juice, crushed it in there, that softens it up. So we
I think you found a way to make kale look appealing.
Oh,
yes.
that smells amazing.
That really does.
Saute.
Oh, you are so fast. Look at this.
Little sesame in there.
I love how they can do that in the
Yeah.
pan there.
I bet that takes years to learn how to do that in the pan.
So you pick your base, and then you pick your toppings.
Okay.
So the base would be either the 5 quinoa blend or the sesame kale.
Okay, the sauteed kale.
So we have the
Yum.
kale down.
Okay.
We're going to put a little bit of our slaw off to the
I was gonna say,
side.
I hope they all come with this slaw because that looks amazing.
That does look
A little slaw off to the side, so you have a little something fresh with it.
Okay.
And then we have our poke. Put the poke off to the other side of it, like so.
This is looking really good.
And then you want to pass me down the cucumbers.
And
we have
the
some
jalapeno.
Yes, thinly sliced cucumber jalapeno. We're going to take that, put that in a little fan on the back.
Wow. How
Because
cute.
presentation is everything. I think we all know that. You eat with your eyes first.
Yeah,
so
that's
little
gorgeous.
fan off to the back, and then we finish it. Peanuts.
Oh, I like that.
Little roasted chopped peanut on top. And then the soy pearls. I'm going to throw some just around it.
It does look like caviar, doesn't it?
Doesn't
Those
it?
are really cool
little soy
looking.
caviar. And then a little fresh blend of the cilantro.
Wow.
And then if you want to top it off, make it a little something special, sweet chili aioli.
Look at that. What a gorgeous bowl. All right, this Oak and Stone tuna poke bowl is one of the new things on Oak and Stone's much expanded menu. Chef Mike, very talented and coming up with some great presentation here. And a lot of new healthy additions, too.
Yes.
Which is great, because after the beer wall, which is why we go to Oak and Stone, you can take out the healthy food. So
Correct.
we're excited for that. All right, hand out the forks and chopsticks, whichever way everybody's going. We're going to
Dig in,
check this
guys.
out.
I'm going
Pam, happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Happy holidays
Thank
to
you for
everyone
joining
here
us,
as well.
Will. Same to you.
Thank you
Great
very
to
much.
have you.
Thank you.
Remember,
Thank
subscription
you.
boxes are holiday gift guide idea for the day. And be sure to tune in on Monday because we have gifts for the coffee lovers coming up. Everything posted online with all the links so you can do that holiday shopping from home. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.
How is it?